Siemi, Siemi Bena and Zombie, all praises to the Most High. We are honored to be here and honored to have our Queen Ngningone II to be here with us. And I don't need to introduce her because a lot of you know who she is. And I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you, Queen. Umbolo!
I think she went out again.
Did she go out?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on one second, everyone.
It's driving me.
Amazing. Royals of Africa. Mbolweni, my people. This is your queen, Queen Ngningone II, 17th generation crown queen of the Fang people, also known as the Immortals, my people. So thank you for having me in today. Your meeting is one of which I didn't have to have a reminder, because you know, when you have an assistant, they tell you, okay, you have such and such meeting on such and such day. But last night when I was going to bed, I heard them clear and loud telling me, Madam Busy, remember the meeting you have tomorrow morning with the group of Manzambi.
Hallelujah.
So indeed, we were meant to meet today. And also they gave me the topic I need to start talking, you know, to our people about. So, my dear royals, you have to understand that the war against us, in order for them to control us the way they were able to successfully do, they had to touch on key aspects of us, of our lives. So they had to touch on our spirituality. Of course, after they had physically defeated us and took control of our land, they had to find a way to ensure that the kings of the earth will remain forever their slaves. So my dear people, they just didn't do it by physically taking control of us. They also tackled our education. They also tackled our spirituality. And even more so important, they touched on our morals. So everything that made us African, everything we stood for had to go. And how did they do that? By rewarding the opposite behaviors. You see? So, by them doing that, if you guys wonder, if some of you wonder why we have so many sellouts in our communities, it's not a thing of today. When they came against us, it was a way of them to ensure that our morals and values are destroyed. So that's why they will encourage people snitching. What they call snitching is really a betrayal. You betraying your brother, you betraying your sister. So they reward you for that. You stay loyal to them, you stand by them, they punish you for that. So you see, we have that. We have been trying to survive in a system which concentrate on destroying us internally. So everything that was, you know, considered an abomination, those of our children they brought here, they were forcing you to do that, to not only destroy you physically, but also destroy you, you know, mentally, spiritually, and anything that has to do with your morals, anything which could, you know, what is the English word? Prompt Chatanzambe to bless you. They will discourage people from observing these values. And this, when I talk about morals and stuff, it doesn't only mean that only our children in the diaspora are affected with it. Believe it or not, you're in good company, because on the continent, the values, the morals are upside down. Whenever we have a leader who agrees to betray his people is the one they reward. A leader who agrees to rob whatever is left that they allow us to have, because frankly speaking, that's what's going on. A leader who want to help his people, they will murder that one to replace him by a selfish one. One that all he wants is, to get his own share of whatever he wants. And even if they tell him that after you, these people will be our slave, they will have no future, whatever destiny they were born to fulfill, they won't, because we own their lives and so on. These are the leaders that will live into office. Okay, so you have to understand that came at us, they not only just came at us like physically, but they also came at us spiritually and morally. All our standard of behavior, all our beliefs were destroyed. So when it comes to reclaiming those values, okay, because some people, I heard some people, they view me as someone who's like, who has a questionable spirituality. Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you're good. We took care of it.
Ah, okay. So some people would view me as someone with a questionable spirituality because they see me wearing the ankh, right? They say, oh, it's demonic. I have two medallions. This is the ankh, and this is the bird outside the cage. So these two things mean a lot to me, because our people say the baby goat, will eat the grass from the same spot his father or his mother is, right? So when I became queen, the box of artifact, the remaining boxes of artifact my uncle gave me, there was an ankh. Our people call it the ancient cross. All right. So although I didn't know much about the ankh, and I told myself, this is what our people held. This is what was in the secret box, because when they brought Christianity, the ankhs, all these things had to go, right? Because in itself, it's powerful. All right. So, and my uncle told me we had to replace the ankh with their crucifix. So the royal families, they always would have like a little room in the family home where they have the artifacts. So in terms of confusion, right, we go back and then we look what our ancestors were doing. The other medallion you could see, it's a bird, which is outside the cage. The bird is not inside the cage. The bird is outside the cage. And you see on the bird's beak, there's a stone, a green stone, which is an emerald. It represents food. So this is what my mother wore all her life. Now, the satanic people, they have symbols that they try to kind of have similar to the originals, and then they do their evil thing and associate it with it. So the bird outside the cage was our symbol of freedom. The bird broke out of the cage, and the bird is free, standing in front of that cage, and even got its food in his mouth. The bird fetching for himself. So This is what, you know, our fathers and stuff, when they marry a woman, because my father gave this to my mom, you know, letting her know that he won't make her a prisoner. He won't make her a slave. He won't make her none of that. She's a bird, the cage, she's standing in front of that cage, and she's free to do whatever, because he was aware that he married a queen, right? So our people, we have to go back to what our parents were doing, to what they were observing in everything. I know that what happened to us kind of confused everything. They confuse everything intentionally so that we will remain lost.
Yes.
Yes.
So they took our morals, trashed them. They rewarded the opposite of what we stand for, to ensure that many of us fall and never will stand a chance to rise again from it. So if you see them rewarding the sellouts, it's because of that. If you see them rewarding the worst of us, a rapper may have a song that speaks about good morals, but strangely enough, that rapper won't get a record deal because they're the one ruling everything.
Yes.
They set the standard, and the standard they have set is a Luciferian standard.
Yes.
Where people shy away from doing good, where people shy away from doing the right thing. In fact, they punish it. So you have to see that in those, you know, things, it's like, it's intentionally done. It's a war against our morals, and we have been unsuccessful in winning that war, but not anymore.
Yes.
Because the time Tatan Sambe has said for us to heal has come. Many of you are awakening because now many of you can tap into the collective memory consciousness.
Yes.
And draw from it our identity, our value, our morals, everything they stole to rebuild us again.
Yes. Yes.
So that's why it is important. I pointed out the morals are the standard of behavior and beliefs of a group of people. We are only African if those morals and values are per African culture. Because remember, the war was about making us forget who we are and what we're sitting on.
Yes.
To those of you who may be skeptical, like I told you, those who have watched my video on my platform, Nubia, the Path to Return. In the very first video, when I talked about the birth of a queen and how I came into my mission, you know, in that video, I told you that our people, all they know is that our children came naked, you know, because the worst thing you could do to an African is strip him naked. So not only they came physically naked, but they also came spiritually naked. Because when people travel, when communities travel, they bring some kind of power with them. You know, they bring what God gave them for that group of people to the new land, wherever they want to go and establish, so that the favors of God would be with them, the protection of God will be with them, and so on and so on. So they knew that our children, maintaining them the stage they were not going to be successful, because our culture and spirituality, everything.
It froze up. Hopefully, you know, we can get her back. It froze. We apologize.
Wait, we are now in a position where we can retrieve it. we can recover it. But for that, we need to cleanse.
Yes.
We need to cut from the past everything, the snitching, the betrayal, the jealousy and envy. Some of our people, you know, when they don't understand anything or somebody just seems strange to them,
Mhm.
you know, it moves them just to hate the person and lead others to hate that person too.
Mhm.
These are not our ways.
Mm.
We are God's children. We are the only group of people
Mhm.
who has him as supreme ancestor.
Yes.
We are. And I'm just not telling you that to make you feel better. Check this out, my dear royals. When I was crowned, they told me, they gave us our genealogy. And I'm going to share it with you. For the first time, I haven't done that. Just, it can help some of you. So even before I start, I would like to call our respective ancestors to assist me on this, so it can penetrate your souls.
Mm.
Because when the inside is healed, the rest falls into place.
Yes.
You see? So I'm calling our respective ancestors of the light. Not everybody is an ancestor.
Mhm.
You have to qualify to become an ancestor. And your ancestor walk with you, right? Kings and queens have the authority to raise the dead.
Mm.
So I'm calling each one of your respective ancestors to come and assist me in conveying this to you, so you understand that we are no people to joke around.
Mm.
When they crowned me, they told me, you are Ngningone, Ngningone daughter of Enembe. All right? Ngningone of Ngningone II.
Mm.
My mom, Ngningone II of Ntutuma Etugo. Her dad, of Etugundong, of Ndoetu, of Etugumabala, of Mabalamansuza, of Tuza Bizolo, of Bizolo Bivindua, of Vindua Mavolo, of Mavolo Medagla, of Edala Sama, of Asamambi, of Mbi Nora, of Noroba, of Obaminkwe. Minkwe is the first ancestor who was crowned. Now check this out, my beautiful royals. Of Minkwe of the Nile of Sem or Shem, and Sem of God.
Mm. Mm.
This is who we are. So you see that when you come from that lineage and they train you to kill, and they train you to kill, and they train you to eat swan, and they train you to, you know, to beat on women.
Mm.
They are destroying us.
Yes. Yes.
They are destroying us.
Mm.
So in winning this, we have to reclaim our morals.
Yes.
We have been in the hands of the worst savages that the Creator allowed into existence, and they put a number on us. Some of us just have that innate mistrust on each other. Some of us are just programmed to not trust one another, but trust them. All it takes is one of them to come and show us their white face for a credibility to be a sign. It's a mind programming, my people. Value your own.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Ma'am.
We connect to that collective, that collective memory consciousness when we cleanse. When we stop, you know, viewing that you know, we can up on each other. When we view each other as an essential ring, you see a chain, those who wear jewelry, it's a ring, you know, with another ring and another ring and another ring. We are a ring within the chain that constitute our nation of people.
Yes. Yes.
When one of us is defective, that chain breaks, doesn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it does.
So we have to go back. Those of us who are still Christian, the 10 Commandments is a good way to start. But there's more values and moral. We protect our people were so pure that things like child molestation, rape, all these things were considered abominable. When someone commits it, they have fell out of grace in the eyes of Tatan Zambe. And what were they doing to us? Rape us.
Mm-hmm.
And encourage our son to rape us.
Yes.
And rape our children. And then he went and then he now became part of us, just touching our children because they came touching their own. They came doing all that. Some of our sons who are out there with their daughters and their women. Why do you like them so much? The way they submit to you in the bedroom. Don't lie. I know that's what it is. And do you know where the white female got it from? Their own father. Buck breaks them from a very young age to complete submission to the male. So you see, this is where they got it from. Because in order for them to conquer the world, they had to reduce their women to nothing else. Those of you who follow me on Nubia, you saw the video about the woman being the recipient, the host, and the distributor of the sacred flame of the light of God. In one of my meetings, I had one of our sons pull the seal of Gabon. We have a breastfeeding mom on our passports, on all our administrative staff, because we know who she represents to us, for us.
Yes.
The woman is the recipient of the sacred flame of the light of God. When Tatan Zambe, you know, told Adam that he was alone, he said, I will send you a helper. Who is a helper? Someone who helps you carry out a task you wouldn't otherwise be able to, you know, to achieve without their help, without their involvement.
Yes.
So when guys, like when demons like Kevin Samuels, you know, spew hatred toward the women, you know what we are up against. Without your women, our sons, you are lost. And our daughters, without your brother, you so unprotected.
Yes.
You'll have the worst savages messing with you. So for the survival of our kind, we need to unite. The man, you will see even in the videos the African put out there, the artists, it doesn't matter the genre. It could be pop music. It could be the traditional genre. It doesn't matter. You will see them. You will see the boys dancing, and not too far, you see the women. We always do, because they understand what she represents. So when they came, they told our forefathers to disrespect us, that we are nothing. We started seeing violence, men putting hands on women. Before then, it was considered an abomination. You slap your wife, your elders be like, the life bearer. They will tell any child of them. I heard my father tell my brothers, if you have shared intimacy with a woman, you can insult her. She gave you the best of her.
Yes. Yes. Come on. Yes.
You cannot insult her, for you have insulted Tata Nzambe. So back in the days, men that used to beat on their women, they were considered cursed. Wife beaters are known to be cursed individuals in our society.
Wow.
But what did white people do? They made it a trend. They made it a title and condition women to expect beatings from their men. So us as people of God, when I say we are people of God, we are.
Yes.
We can walk in the murkiness. And there's no war we're gonna win if our morals are not in check. We have to bring back who we were.
Yes.
Sometimes, I told you our elders tell us that in French we call it maillon, les maillons d'une chaîne. So we are like a ring within a chain. All right. When you're a ring within a chain, what does it mean, my dear royals? It means that the blessings of us depend on each other.
Yes. Yes.
Ubuntu.
To access our blessing, we depend on each other. Because Tata Nzambe doesn't come from the sky, fall from the sky to come and help you. He will move the heart of your brother, your sister to come. Some people, you don't even need to call them. They will feel that something is wrong with Mwanana. I need to check on her. So you see, when we play that individualism, we're hurting ourselves.
Yes.
Sometimes Tata Nzambe can put on your heart, go and help that woman. Just go and stand by her. Because maybe around me, you will meet your God-sent husband. Maybe around me, you will meet your God-sent wife.
Yes.
Some of us, you invite them or you give them you refer them to a job where you're working. Where they come, when they come and play the office game to the point that your friendship is ruined. She's now or he's now competing with you to be the Negro of the house. Things we need to rest at peace and know when I'm near my brother or I'm near my sister, I'm safe. Yes. Nothing can happen to me.
Yes. Yes.
So when you see that we are that group of people, that we are, rings of the same chains, when you break that chain, and then they saw confusion in our belief system saying that you shouldn't trust no man, only trust the Most High. But when you see them operate, they don't do that, do they?
No, ma'am.
They will line up behind their strongest. They know that every community has a leader.
Yes.
Tata Nzambe didn't just parachute on us on earth and cut the cord. He gave us mandate, guidelines that we have to follow. Yes. Identify in your community the strongest of you. Rally around them. The people are the one who gives the leader strength.
Yes. Yes.
The people are the one who activate the power in the leader. So it's a collaboration. The people need the leader and the leader needs his people. We have to work organized. Even at home when you have these beautiful children, Because no matter what anybody said, we're the most beautiful creature that Nzambe has put on the earth.
Mhm.
When you're caring for our children, notice the one who has the heart of the father, the heart of the mother. So you start grooming the other ones that after me, you listen to him. You already have seen sign that that kid is connected to the other side. That kid got a kind heart. That kid is a kid of purity. So you already groom the other one to support him and to listen to him or her. So when they have that discipline at home, they be able to have that discipline in the community.
Yes.
Okay, my lovelies.
Oh my goodness. That was powerful. It was on point, you know, Queen, and what you said, we have been on point with it. The message you brought, we've been on point with it. You know, we have been talking a lot about community. And when you discuss about the chain and the link, that's what community is. Us coming together, linking together, working as a unit.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's
So,
what it is.
yes, ma'am.
That's what it is. Leave their ways.
Yes.
Leave their ways. You know what is yours, and nobody can take. You have to understand it. But unfortunately, we have all kinds of thieves out there.
Mm-hmm.
People who don't have anything, they just start treating each other like the way they saw the white handle us.
Yes. Yes.
Our people say, you know, when, for example, you're the standing son of a family, it means you're the strongest economically. It becomes your responsibility to help the other one rise.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
And you can't do that, you can't fulfill that job unless they're cognitive of your role in their lives.
Mm. Ah, yes.
If they see you as somebody they should compete against, if they see you as somebody that, you know, in the back of their mind, they want to become stronger or better than you, it's a fail, right?
Yes.
Back in the days, what did we used to do? My dad helped so many families. You know, he will endorse a family. If it's a woman in the community who lost her husband, she's a widow. My dad would take her sons, send them to the school, to the city, put them, you know, even abroad. And my dad would tell us she need a standing son or a standing daughter in her house, so that one could help the other ones.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But we cannot apply that philosophy if the stronger son has to worry about who comes around. Okay, is my brother going to backstab me? Our fathers and mothers taught us a way of humility that is incredible. When you go to your brother or your sister's house, you say, my brother, my sister, in your hands, I am. As you say, we're going to walk, that's how we're going to walk.
Yes.
Whatever you give me to eat, that's what we're going to eat.
Yes.
Dead or alive, my life is in your hand, my brother. When you speak these words to your brother or your sister, unless they're from the seed of the devil, to go after that and still try to harm you. This is how our forefathers and our foremothers used to help each other. Okay? So you're going to find more details about our morals and how to apply it. I was advised by a fellow Pan-Africanist to go on Patreon. She said that as long as the video are only accessible to your subscribers, you know, you don't put it for the public, you will not draw the attention you don't need, and you can be there just teaching your people and so on. So that's what we are going to do. I shared the link with Mama Manzambi, and she will share the link with you. We're gonna have a class for our youth, our princes and princesses. We're also gonna have a class for our kings. It's called the making of the Monkoses, because we have to, it's too funny when these idiots just get and just talk down on our people.
Yeah.
Our people were not born like that. So it's our job to us, the elders, to help heal. So we're gonna retrain our sons, a class for them, and we're gonna retrain our daughters, a class for them. And for the married couple, we're gonna have a class dedicated for those already in matrimony. And we will teach them how to empower their marriage, how to be that rock and that beacon of light in their community. So Mama Manzambi is sharing the link. The page on Patreon is Nubia, the Path to Return. All right, so I put a 50% discount to kind of allow everybody to join. So the boys and the girls class is $4 currently. If you sign up, it's gonna be so until the end of this month. And our Monkosi class is $17, our Kendaki's class is $17, and for the couples is $26. So we have 50% off until Monday night, and then after the regular billing will kick on March 1st, okay? So let me go ahead and close this out. We thank our deserving ancestors who have showed up to this call and were able to get in contact with their children. As a Crown Queen 17th generation of my people, I'm asking our deserving ancestors to rise and accompany our kids. Bring them clarity, bring them knowledge, bring them remembrance of who they were, so that they will embark into this path of our healing. For the chain was broken, the stick was broken, but it's now being mended.
Yes.
Okay? To my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa, peace in your homes at all times, love in your heart. Love is our driving force. We do what we do for the love of Tata Nzambe and of our people. And unity, for divided, we are failure. Until next time, my lovelies. Mwah. Yes, I have your brothers and sisters here, and they want to cook. So, so they want to cook today. So we gotta go. One of them asked me earlier, Mom, where are you going? I say, I'm going to talk to our people. So how are our people doing? I'm like, our people are doing very well.